Hello everyone, and welcome to another PolyNerdic review. Today I'm reviewing Hitman for the Xbox One. I've been a fan of this series ever since the PlayStation 2 era when Hitman 2 Silent Assassin came out. I've played every single one of these games since, with the exception of Hitman Go and the Sniper Challenge game that came out prior to Absolution. I absolutely love these games, so when I found out that there was a new one coming, I just couldn't wait for it to come out and get my hands on it. They kind of bummed me out a little bit by making it episodic, but I got over it. I picked up the first installment, I've played my way through it, and now I'm ready to give you my thoughts about it. Normally I don't start reviews with the negative, but this time I want to get it out of the way, get right out in front of it, so that way I can get to the stuff I enjoy about the game. And that is the episodic format. Hitman games have always had convoluted stories, but by spreading them out over the course of several months, which I believe with this game it'll be January of next year before they're all out, all the episodes are out, the developers have shot themselves in the foot as far as being able to tell a cohesive, convoluted story. Now it's just going to be a muddled mess. I have a problem with other episodic games remembering what happened in the previous episode, and that's when the story is actually good and makes sense. These games have never done that. They've always been about just the fun, stealthy action and hits. The stories have always been kind of secondary to me, and I think by breaking it up this way, they've really screwed up. I'm not saying it's a bad game for that reason, but I really don't like that they broke it up. Don't ever do that, developers. If you value my little humble opinion, don't do it. Just don't do it. Put out full games. We'll wait. I will gladly wait for the full game. Just put it out in full. No more episodic stuff, please. No more episodic stuff. But that's really my only complaint about the game, is the episodic nature of it. Gameplay wise, it's exactly what I wanted. As you can see, it's classic Hitman, where you steal costumes off of people you've subdued or killed, use that to sneak past guards. It plays brilliantly. It looks really good. This episode is broken into 3 different levels, which was kind of a treat. I'm glad that they at least gave 3 levels. There's 2 training levels, one on a boat, one on this fake Cuban base, and then there's the main story mission in Paris, which we'll take a look at here now. Now, since it's a Hitman game, it should go without saying that in each of these levels you have a target or 2 that is your designated contract. The Paris level gives you 2, which is nice because there's different ways to go about them. And that's one thing the game does do differently than past games. Whereas in past games, you had to completely entirely rely on trial and error to find the opportunities, follow the targets, view their patterns, and come up with a creative way to kill them. This game does a better job of at least giving you some ideas. There's these little challenges that pop up that, give you suggestions on how to go about getting the hits done and then escaping. The Paris level is easily one of the biggest levels I've ever seen in a Hitman game, and there were plenty of options. I've replayed it about 6 times through since I finished the first run with it. There's some very creative ways to kill people, ranging from drowning them in toilets, pushing them off balconies onto each other. There's actually a challenge you can get to spoil it a little bit. One of the challenges involves pushing one target off a balcony so they land on another. I haven't been able to pull it off yet, but it is a thing you can do, and that's what makes these games so great, always has, is the creativity of the ways that you can sneak around and take out the target. Like here, I posed as a bartender in order to poison one of the targets to make him sick, so that way I can get him away from his bodyguard. It's just a genius game concept. I've always loved it. I know there's other people out there that don't care for the Hitman games, but they've always been one of my favorite things. With the exception of the episodic format, this would be a really high-scoring game for me. I'm going to give it a 6.5, 7. Let's settle on 7. We'll call it a final verdict. Hitman for episode 1 for the Xbox One gets a 7. Largely based entirely on the fact that it's episodic. It's not a complete game. If it was a complete game, it may be an 8 or even a 9 for me. But because it's not complete, I've got to give it a 7. I had fun with it. I look forward to the next part, but I'm not going to pick it up till it's all finished, and that is really depressing to me. I hope for those of you that are willing to buy episodic games, that you check this out, especially if you're a fan of the Hitman series. Give it a look. Like I said, final verdict 7. And next, not to spoil it for anyone, I've put together a quick little montage of some of my favorite hits across the couple levels that are here on this game. Please enjoy, and then when you're done, go pick this game up. It's available for download. Download it, give it a look. I want to say it's $15 on the Xbox Marketplace, and I assume PlayStation Network's the same, and however you do it on your PCs, Steam and whatnot. Give her a look, though. It's definitely worth your time. Thanks for watching, and stick around for the kill montage.
Oh. Huh. Must be loose wiring. Well, I'm minor in engineering. This should be as easy as falling off a log.
Whoop-de-doo. Okay. Mouth the beast. Move.
Yes? Well, it's a little late now, isn't it? No, I'm gonna deal with this immediately. Selena's a big girl. She knew what she was getting into. Put a detail on her, and if she shows signs of cracking, pull her out. Fine. We'll talk later. Sorry about that, Helmut. So, a toast to a fruitful collaboration.
Hear, hear.
Oh, and Helmut.
Very well.
Okay, Mr. Knight. Climb in the cockpit, please.
All right. Easy. One step at a time.
Step 1. Strap yourself in.
Okay. All strapped in.
Step 2. Locate the ejector seat handle.
Just a moment. Yes, found it.
Step 3. Pull the ejector seat handle.
Right. Here goes. Pull.
No coffee.
Finally, a professional. Glad I hired one.
Here we are, sir. One bare-knuckle boxer. Enjoy.
It's an odd sensation in my midsection. Feeling kind of woozy.